Hey everyone, I have just finished reading this The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. Jordan Belfort is The Wolf of Wall Street. There was a film made about it with Leonardo DiCaprio. The Wolf of Wall Street was the title of his memoir released about 10 years ago. Essentially, the guy was a stockbroker who was very, very good at his job, very, very good at training people in sales, and I think at the age of 25 was making like 50 million a year or something. It was ridiculous. So what's the book about? The book is about his method for selling. So if you're just thinking right now, well, I'm not a salesman, I don't like sales, blah blah blah, it's of zero interest to me, don't think that. The book is about effective and persuasive communication, his way of doing it, and it works. I know it works because I'm a salesman, and it's one of the hundreds and hundreds of sales books I've read. I think it's the best one, and it's very, very well written. I mean, his first book sold millions and millions of copies, got turned into a film, so the guy can write. And his first book also, it's one of my favorite books. It will make you laugh out loud. It's just incredible. The information in this book isn't just for salespeople. The information in this book is for anybody who wants to communicate more effectively. Um, and if you've ever heard of NLP, everyone's heard of NLP, right? And there's this thing called NLP anchoring, where if you want to feel happy, then you imagine a time when you're really, really happy, and when you're feeling super happy, like you were back there, then I don't know, you do something like jump in the air and clap your hands and say woo, and then every time you want to feel super happy after that, you just do the same thing. Never worked for me, and I was glad to read it. Never worked for him either. So he's come up with something called olfactory anchoring, which is a lot easier, and I've tried it and it works. It's really, really good. So if you just want to figure out how to feel happy whenever you want to feel happy, or confident whenever you want to feel confident, then there's a way to do that in here, which is olfactory anchoring. So what have we got so far? If you want to learn about sales, read the book. If you want to be a more persuasive communicator, read the book. If you want to learn how to control your emotional states, read the book. So there's a few good recommendations there, and he's an excellent writer. Um, if you are in it for learning about persuasion or sales or more effective communication, there are online resources as well. So he talks about tonality, which you obviously can't get from reading written words on a page. So online, he tells you where to go to hear examples of the tonalities. It's really simple stuff. Like if you were saying to your friend, let's go out tonight, and they said no, then the wrong tonality to use would be an aggressive tonality. Come on, let's go out tonight. They'd get pissed off at you. They'd think you're an idiot. Whereas if you say, oh, come on, let's go out tonight, that's the kind of thing he's talking about. And people who are what he calls natural born closers, natural born salespeople, just have that ability to do that normally. It's excellent. It's the best sales system, I think, of many sales systems out there. But sales system, it's not about manipulating. It's about persuading, getting your point across, not wasting the person's time. One of the points he makes is, look, if you're trying to tell somebody about, I don't know, pens, then tell them about pens. Don't waste time talking about the bloody weather or something. So I think it's a really good read. Um, in enjoyment, ease of reading, because he's a great writer, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Learning to use olfactory anchoring, that alone, that's brilliant. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 for that. Overall, as a sales manual system, or even just persuasion, and everyone needs to persuade, if you're trying to convince your kids to tidy up or do their homework or something. If you know how to communicate effectively, guess what? It's easier. So really, really good book. Definitely recommend it. Recommend most of the stuff by him, actually. He's brilliant. Him and Tony Robbins are both generally just excellent, although they do very different things. But there you go. First book review in ages. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. The book again is The Way of the Wolf, Jordan Belfort. And you know what? It's probably worth just going through things like tonality and body language. So he covers that. How just not to come across as unpleasant or creepy. You don't have to be in sales to benefit from that. State management, which you've already touched on, amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, you know what, just read it. It's really good. It's only 244 pages. Very useful. Of course, if you're doing it to learn the tonalities and everything, there are exercises. You have to do the exercises, put in the work. That's another thing I like about him. Of all these self-help authors, there's all this bullshit out there like The Secret. Oh, just really be positive and everything will turn out good and you'll suddenly be rich because you visualize. Such bullshit. You have to do the work, and you have to have something to learn. He gives it to you. It's very, very useful. I will stop now. It's a 5-minute review. It's quite long, but I really like the book. I highly recommend the book. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'd say, yeah, go and get the book. Okay, thank you.